Ladies and gentlemen, oh boy, welcome to another episode of the Wild Wild Wes Show. Now listen, we got a good episode today, man. This is the episode that I wanted to do, and it's the episode that you need to listen. It's the episode that's going to make you, let's say, smile, and it's actually going to enlighten you. Listen today, we got Bad Boy, one of a kind, wrestling intellectual, Alex Quayle. We also got the returning, the enthusiast, the hip-hop icon, Shannon Smith, MC Essential. Today, on our episode, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about wrestling. And I've created this team. I wanted just not, hear people's tweets and stuff that really don't know the sport. This is for the people who say, like, Wesley, I need to get into wrestling. What do I need to know? Well, if you watch this episode, you're just going to be enlightened as me. And you'll probably get your 2 girlfriends out of this. Now, guys, I'm going to start you off rough. It's going to be rough. I hope you got your 4-wheel drive cut on. I ain't even going to say how it's going. I'm just going to say this. We're going to start this off right. Roman Reigns. Hit me back. What comes to your mind on that?
Roman Reigns. A failed experiment.
Failed experiment.
Here's the thing about it. Roman is to the point now, doesn't matter what they do, he's not going to get over.
Gotcha.
They lost their chance perfectly to turn him heel.
Okay.
And they actually lost their chance a couple years ago. Let's look at it this way. Roman, what was it when he got hit with the PED? Nobody liked him then because of the whole Daniel Bryan incident. They should have just kept him off TV for 8 months. Because let's look back to 97, Rocky Maivia.
Yeah.
Brought him in as a babyface, hard babyface, tried to put him on the crowd like, hey, this is our guy. Crowd didn't like him. Die, Rocky, die.
Mm-hmm.
So Rock gets hurt, unfortunately, legitimately gets hurt. He's out for 6 to 8 months. He comes back as a heel, joins the Nation of Domination, becomes that, and embraces on those die, Rocky, die chants, and gets over as a heel, in which leads him to later on maybe turning babyface later in 98.
Yeah.
But in the end, it was the best thing to happen to The Rock, because otherwise, just think if they had kept pushing The Rock as that babyface, he would have never gotten over if he hadn't had that heel run.
Yeah.
So they should have kept Roman off TV for 4 to 6 months, brought him back as a heel, turned him instead of Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Or some other. Then I'm done with Seth Rollins. They could have still turned Seth. When they broke up the Shield, maybe it should have been Roman.
Yeah.
But I can't remember my timelines right to be sure if that coincided. But if Roman would have turned heel 2 or 3 years ago, he would have been over as a heel, and you could have brought him back as a babyface. But now, look at it right now.
They just totally missed it.
Oh yeah, they totally missed it.
You feeling the same way on this, Shannon?
Honestly, I do. See, the thing about it is when you look at Roman Reigns and the way Vince McMahon sees this guy, Vince McMahon sees what he saw in the 1995-96, the big guy. Actually, take it back, going to the 80s, where he sees the big guy. He sees the Big John Studd. Yeah. He sees the Andre the Giant. He sees I hate to say it, but he sees the Hulk Hogan.
Gotcha.
He sees that guy, and he's like, I can make money off of this guy. He's the physique that I love. See, Vince McMahon, he's one of those wrestling guys that's still kind of stuck in the glory days of when WWE was WWF, and they were so great at the time. They had the biggest names.
Golden age.
Absolutely. They had the biggest names. They had the biggest guys, larger-than-life people, and he's living off of that. But I don't think that he's gotten to the point where He has Roman Reigns, and he has potential. Roman Reigns had a lot of potential coming in. And to be honest with you, if Roman Reigns actually was coached right, he would be great.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is with me is he's not being developed.
Yeah.
I mean, his wrestling is not bad. It's not good.
Yeah.
His microphone skills, I don't even want to get into that because it's not for the kid audiences out there. And I do not want to be that guy that ruins wrestling for you. But the thing about it is that Roman Reigns hasn't been developed. He needs to be. It's sports entertainment.
Yeah.
You can be awesome in the ring. You can be an incredible ring work. But if you have no mic skills, you cannot captivate an audience. You cannot make those viewers at home like or dislike you. you're nowhere to be found. And that's what I found. One week, they love Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
The fans, I mean, they love Roman Reigns. And then the next week, they boo Roman Reigns. They say, put a title on Roman Reigns. They put the United States title on this guy right here. They could not let that title be good on somebody like him. But you put that title on an H. John Cena.
Yeah.
And people are liking it. You put that title on a Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
People are loving the title now. The open challenges. Roman Reigns is not captivating enough. That's just my thing right
But
there.
you go look at too during the John Cena United States title run, last run.
Mm-hmm.
He was reinventing his character and his matches. You know, that's when we first started to see the springboard stunner.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That was never
Whoa.
a John Cena move.
Yeah.
Whoa. I mean, you got a lot. You see, Wes is gonna be hurt because he's a Stone Cold guy.
See, he tried. Listen, he tried. It's all right. You know, we're live. But,
Hey.
but okay, well, taking both your opinions in like that, do you think? Okay, we just know Roman ain't gonna go heel unless
Nope.
unless lightning strikes twice or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A situation that won't come. Do you think cut him back and not giving him such a Hogan push, and just maybe work it like a mid card, and then help strengthen the mid carders? Do you think that may help him get him going?
Too little, too late.
Too little, too late. Okay.
You can't redevelop your character at that time.
Okay.
It's
I
just
want
hard
to make
do.
one point to Shannon's point here. I want to say
Go ahead.
when he said Hulk Hogan, in a way, he's nailed on the head. Hogan was a good promo.
Yeah.
Hogan was a great promo. But Hogan's matches were a lot like Reigns' matches. You could time it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Superman punch, spear.
Yeah.
Hulk gets down, Hulk up. 1, 2, 3. Boot to the face, leg drop. 1, 2, 3. It's over.
Yeah.
And you can really put that comparison there between the two. But with the key factor, Hogan had the promo.
Yeah.
He could carry the crowd. He was one of those people who can manipulate a crowd, who can hold a crowd. And one of the things that he did also that I think was underrated with Hulk Hogan is he made the other guy look good.
Mm-hmm.
He made his Macho Mans look good. He made his Andre the Giants look good. I mean, even
But Andre wasn't great.
absolutely. See, it was hard to move a guy that big and that methodical in the ring with someone like Hulk Hogan, who's limber and, of course, smaller than he was. But Andre was bigger than almost everybody he touched, so it doesn't even matter. But the thing about it is here, even in the WCWs, when Goldberg and Hogan met for the title, they were actually able to carry each other. Roman Reigns in most of his matches, I don't see him carrying it. Look at him and Brock Lesnar up for the umpteenth time. No one wants to see that again at WrestleMania. No one wants to see that. You got a part-timer holding the title, and you got Roman Reigns trying to get some type of relevance still going with his character that's not working. And they brought the Shield back. That didn't work well. Dean Ambrose gets hurt. Dean Ambrose was the mouthpiece of the Shield from the beginning and when they brought it back, and it's not helping. I mean, Roman Reigns, I think, and I believe this with my whole heart, if Roman Reigns had a Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns would be great. But the thing about it is, well, Paul Heyman, can he help?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Can he help? I mean, he can talk and he can gas Roman Reigns up. But when you have a match that can't be carried at all, when that's going to be your main event at WrestleMania.
Another thing, too, you got to look at. Look at all three members of the Shield when they split.
Mm-hmm.
They all changed their character.
Yep.
Seth changed his gear. Dean changed his gear. Roman looks just about the same except for a logo on his
There you
chest
go.
piece
That's what I
that
was
was
going
there
to
when
throw
the
in.
Shield broke. He never redeveloped.
This was going to be the dinner man I was going to throw in. Do you think maybe refreshing, even though keeping him still face, maybe like a refresher of his appearance, like as you said, the gear, maybe a haircut, maybe a shave, maybe do some kind of like a tattoo or something, just give him a new image. Do you think that could help him maybe push him towards?
Lose the chest guard, no shirt, maybe tights instead of trunk, instead of a full leg set, but I don't know if that's going to be how it looked. I think when he was in FCW, was he in NXT? I can't remember.
It was a
still
little
FCW when he was
bit
there.
of both.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was in tights.
Yeah.
And he looked like a beast there. Now he's maybe more jacked and ripped. I hear because he had to have an abdominal surgery to take out a gallbladder, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a scar. Make a story out of it. Battle scar. He got cut.
Yeah.
Give him some sympathy.
Give something to work with.
Yeah.
Give him, give layers. Because right now with Roman, we're not getting the one thing. We're just getting the same bland dude every week. We need that excitement. We need that. If you want to make this the guy we cheer, and just hold on to. And this is the person with the reason we turn in every Monday night. They have to give him the electricity, no working off the rock or anything, but somebody to drive us to it. And it's just not doing the same exact thing for the past, would you say, 3 to 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
We need a little bit something more than this bland. I mean, not necessarily a heel turn. If you like, work as a face but have heel tendencies. Do a new repertoire. Do a new finisher besides the spear. Just have something to hold on to that somebody can just, relate to you and actually pull from you. But this whole mess right now is just not working.
And the missed bookings too, the whole defeating the Undertaker thing.
Hurt a lot of people's feelings. Hurt my feelings.
That
It was a long time
killed a
thing.
lot of people there, because then he comes on the next night and says, this is my yard now.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, I've been there at WrestleMania, man. The crowd there, nobody was happy. But boy, we started off good. I love how this is going. This is going good. Listen, we going salt and pepper a little bit now. You know how I like to cook, folks. You know how I am. We gotta know, what is the best promotion right now?
Best promotion.
Best promotion.
Without a doubt, New Japan.
New Japan. You think about that same
I have
way?
to agree, New Japan. Financially, WWE.
Yeah.
Of course.
But with the fans overall, and as far as the quality of product,
Yeah.
it's got to be New Japan. And for your live show, for getting your money's worth in a live show, New Japan, Ring of Honor, those, whether it be the combo show or the G1 specials,
Yep.
it doesn't matter. You're getting quality for your money you're paying for. Like you sent me a while back, the price points for the G1 special.
Yeah.
They were paying more than you would for a WWE event, but you were getting pay-per-view quality television.
Yeah.
I mean, pay-per-view quality on your live event. You got 5 championships defended.
Yeah.
You pay $50 for a decent seat at Monday Night Raw, you're staring at the LED screen for 2 hours of that 3-hour show.
It's true.
You're getting more wrestling in a segment in the dark main event pre-tapes than you are in the actual Raw show itself.
Yeah. That's one thing, with that, it's just, New Japan is just coming so much better along. And it's not only, also putting out the better product with not just the wrestling, the promos, but it's also, they're actually working storylines. And it's just not a 2 to 3 month storyline. It's a year build, a year and a half. The whole Kenny Omega, the 4 matches, and everything leading up in between it. I mean,
And also, you gotta look at this too. New Japan is presented as a sport,
yes.
Yep.
not sports entertainment.
King of Sports. Their logo.
Everything about it is presenting a sports fight. Every match has a big fight feel. Every one of the Omega Okada matches had that big fight feel, like you wanted to pay $69 on paper just to see that one match.
And you saw it for $9.99 on New Japan
World.
Global. Yeah,
There you
no
go.
doubt. New Japan World.
Well, this also brings me in, since I think all 3 of us conclude that New Japan is right now the best promotion. How can we fix the WWE right now? How can we give it back to the glory days? Not necessarily the attitude or the golden age, but where it was just it was watched by millions and it was adored by many fans, and it just hasn't become a running joke.
Emphasize your wrestlers. Look at what they're doing right here with pushing Okada with the title reign, best title reign in all of New Japan.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest of all time. And if you look at Kazuchika Okada, he's got to be your top 10 best wrestlers right now in the world. They got to be global. If you take that, a top 5, top 10. If he's not in your top 10, you're not watching wrestling. You're not seeing it. And look at Supercard of Honor from Ring of Honor. All those guys coming together. Supercard of Honor, at that time, it was coming out right there. The WWE pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. I think it was around that time. It was NXT Takeover, Supercard of Honor, and then Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I was looking at NXT. I was looking at that NXT. Now NXT was so great because they emphasized their wrestlers. The push going on at that time. Adam Cole winning the championship at that time.
Yeah.
Setting up with Bullet Club, going in with Supercard of Honor. All of that going on. There were great matches right there. And then the Young Bucks tearing it down with their tag match. That ladder match was incredible. It came up short, but they won. And that was the big thing. They're emphasizing the wrestlers. They're not just taking their one guy and saying, this is our one guy. Yeah, they're pushing Kenny. New Japan's pushing Kenny. Kenny's their champion. He's the face of New Japan right now. But they're also looking at Kazuchika Okada, putting him in the ring with Marty Scurll at All In. It's going to be a great match. Also, they're putting the Young Bucks, their tag teams, and they're putting a lot of focus on their tag teams as well too.
Yeah.
The WWE tag teams, they're not really that great. But if you look at the junior division tag team, and then you look at the heavyweight tag team, and these guys that are killing the juniors right now, moving up to heavyweights and wrestling the heavyweights, but you're building the guys, they're doing a great job of building because they're getting the junior guys in there, and then they're pushing, and then when the junior guys get big, the junior guys go up to heavyweight, and they get bigger.
There you go. So you say what they're doing right now was really helping is they're creating great depth.
That's what they're
There
doing.
you go. Alex, do you see what else can...
Here's my problem right now. NXT is nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
It is suffering from the same fate that OVW had as a regional promotion. OVW, guys got over when it was John Cena, Batista. They had all the great guys, but Brock Lesnar. But guys like who were getting over, like the Basham brothers, who were over high in OVW.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of other guys. Oh, here's another one. Eugene WF, Nick Dinsmore in OVW. Nick Dinsmore was the shit in OVW. I didn't really realize this until I heard it on Cornette's podcast. That Nick Dinsmore was the most over guy in OVW at the time. He goes to WWE, he's repackaged as Eugene. The OVW crowd is pissed off because they're taking their beloved character and they made him into this joke.
Yeah.
The same thing's happened right now in NXT, but on a nationwide level. Look at everybody who's coming up hot. Asuka came up hot undefeated.
Yeah.
Now get it, she had a good match at WrestleMania with Charlotte. She got booked with the right one,
Yeah.
but the undefeated streak didn't last long on the main roster.
Yeah.
So you killed that character you built up, and it's not just her, it's everybody who has came up about it here recently. If Adam Cole and help me.
Adam Cole and...
Yeah, Adam Cole, O'Reilly, Fish.
CFOs. Yeah.
CFO comes up as together. More than likely, because the roster is so stacked, they don't have nothing to do with them. They're going to falter. They're going to come in hot, and they're just going to fizzle away. Because there's only so much room on that main roster for so many people, and they're signing so many guys for NXT.
Yeah.
They're overloading themselves.
Look at what's going on with Bobby Roode going to the main roster.
Another one.
You know, Bobby Roode was great. You know, a big name guy. I'm scared of these guys, like in NXT, what's going to happen to them right there, because I see the potential in Adam Cole being champion. This is going to happen soon, because Adam Cole was one of the most over guys in Ring of Honor, and yet WWE kind of stayed away from Ring of Honor until Daniel Bryan.
Adam Cole will go nowhere in WWE because of one thing.
Why's that?
His size. He will not be a world champion because of his size.
Oh man, so you don't think so? Will Ospreay? Can you say the same for Will Ospreay if he comes
in
to
WWE?
Oh man,
Ospreay would not be a world champion in WWE because of his size.
Finn Balor. Make the case for Finn Balor though.
He got hurt. He should have got his title back. Has he gotten it back yet?
He hasn't.
Stuck in the mid card.
Baby, it's getting hot here. It's getting wild. Listen, folks, we got to take a quick commercial break. I got to get refueled. This is getting too good, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. We're coming back. You know how I do it. We always hit hard. Listen, guys. We noticed it was Extreme Rules Week. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. But Hulk Hogan has been reintroduced into the Hall of Fame. Now, Shannon, after the comments that Hogan made, and as you being as an African American, do you believe that he should be let back in? Or do you believe that the punishment, him being, not being in the WWE spotlight, being promoted, do you believe his time has been served, his punishment has been served?
I got mixed emotions about it here in for these reasons. If you look at that interview, Hogan was baited into saying these things, and then they just build off of it. In my eyes, the way that I look at it is that, he was baited into doing it, but then again, Hogan's got to look at his legacy, and he's got to realize, of course, with him being over with Black America as well, too, Ric Flair was our wrestler for a long time.
Yeah.
But then Hogan came later on after that, because Rick was the guy that we wanted to be because of the glamour and the glitz and all that we saw, and we saw that and we gravitated towards it because it was everything that you ever wanted. Hogan was the guy that you were secretly against but yet you liked him as well too. But in the '90s, when '96 came and the NWO started coming around, and that's when Hogan started shedding the kid side of him, the I love the kids guy, and then started becoming what it was that we saw Rick as. The guy that was being loved, the guy that was glamorous, the guy that had everything that we ever wanted. So that to me is why, Hogan should have thought a lot more. He should have been more detailed. I was hurt, but I wasn't hurt by what Hogan said, because the childhood side of me was hurt.
Yeah.
But the adult part of me was like, Hogan, you shouldn't have done this, man. From a man's point of view, pull him to the side and say, look, I know you're being baited. I know you're being put into this situation, but you got to act better than that. You know better than this, man. And I think that, with time being served, I really think so. I mean, I think his time has been served. I think a lot of people look at that interview and they kind of see it in a different light. Like, what Hogan said was wrong. He should be held accountable for what he said.
Yeah.
But yet, and still, you got to look at it with two sides. Yeah, he was baited. I felt like he was baited in.
Yeah.
To me, I felt like he was baited in, and then after that, he just took it and ran with it, which was wrong in its own right.
Do you believe, being as well Hogan's time served? And
I believe wholeheartedly. I think he was baited into it.
yeah.
And I look at the situation he was in at that time. It was a dark time for him.
Yeah.
He was going through the whole issue with his son killing that boy, and his
Now,
wife
was that from the car wreck?
Yes,
Okay,
I believe so. That was the car wreck, and his wife was going through his divorce at that time. And you could see the despair in his voice when he was talking about everything going on. And I just think that, and from what I've heard about the person that the person that was in question that he called that word, was a guy that may have been possibly just using his daughter, because he was the son of the record producer Hogan was trying to get his daughter signed on. Music career apparently wasn't that great. I never listened to other songs, but I digress. But
Rough city.
but anyway, as a father myself, I could see slipping up and saying something out of the wrong there. Especially when it comes to your little girls. Was it right? No. Was it wrong? Yes. But situation-wise, and when it comes to the Hall of Fame, especially the WWE Hall of Fame, the WWE Hall of Fame is a gimmick Hall of Fame.
Yeah, absolutely,
It really is.
absolutely.
He's already he never left. I don't believe he ever left the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame that's in somewhere in New York.
No way.
Yeah.
No
The
way.
actual I think it's PWI Hall of Fame runs it. I don't think he ever got kicked out of that. So in Hall of Fames, and it's like baseball. Baseball is about your baseball career. Wrestling should be about your wrestling career. Hulk Hogan, one of the greatest wrestlers of our time.
Yeah.
I mean, what he did was wrong. I won't say I can't vouch for what he said, but what I can vouch for is what he did during his career. He was John Cena before John Cena.
Yeah.
When it comes to Make-A-Wish.
Yep.
Well, a lot of people don't know, Macho Man Randy Savage was actually apparently the bigger charitable person than Hogan was with Boys and Girls Club, which we didn't find out till Lanny brought it up at the Hall of Fame, and I started doing research on it. Oh yeah, Macho
Lanny
Man.
316.
Macho Man. I'm gonna change the subject a little bit here. Macho Man, after his career, was going in character to Boys and Girls Club functions in full gear. Hulk Hogan, once he was out of character, he's out of character. Macho Man would turn character if he seen a little kid on the side of the street, and they go, even though during his dark time when he hated everybody, if a little kid went Macho Man, he would turn, ooh yeah, dig it, come here little boy, gonna get you an autograph here. Yeah, you go Macho Man's autograph.
There you go.
First name Macho, last name Man. Read on the books.
There you go.
But I think another thing also too that I want to get into is that I think that Hogan kind of felt himself a little too much. You know how that is sometimes when you're great, but sometimes you look at time being passed.
Yeah.
You think you're bigger than what you are.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of went on with Hogan. I think he thought he was bigger than what he was, or he felt like he was back in the 90s again.
Yeah.
He had a nostalgia moment, and he felt like he could do anything
Had
at
a little
that
bit
time.
of invincibility.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But then again, he didn't know he was being videotaped. So,
That's
you know the
another
key
thing, too.
fact there. He wasn't being videotaped. He was just sitting there talking.
But when you're Hulk Hogan, who's not going to be having a camera phone or something at that time recording Hulk Hogan? You can't. I mean, I can sit here and say, all day. I can argue that point. And you're right. He should have thought maybe, he didn't know it was being videotaped. He didn't know. But it's Hulk Hogan, man.
You want to see Hulk Hogan naked?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Not
but I guarantee you somebody does, and we all know why. But anyway, the thing about it is,
but you gotta remember, Terry Bollea does not have a 12-inch penis. That was Terry Bollea in that picture. Hulk Hogan has a 12-inch penis.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was pretty good on the Hogan. Now listen, guys. Listen, I got you worked up now. Now I'm really gonna get you worked up. We got the Busch Light flowing. We got everything going. Who is the best wrestler today? The best today. And when I mean this, I'm throwing it all together. I'm not just saying, best ring work, best grappler, best brawler, who can those, make the slap on the chair the best. I want you to take every little thing. If you ask me like, hey Wes, yes, add that into it. Who do you think is the best today, all around?
Current, all time.
Right now.
Right now.
Today, yeah.
Kenny the Cleaner.
I can't argue against Kenny on that.
That's three Kennys.
Kenny the Cleaner.
It's just his work right now, and his promos, and his storytelling, and his psychology, and his work with being the elite, and everything added all together just makes him just one of a kind. And him just not really saying a F you to the WWE, but him just not jumping ship, because the WWE will pay. They wouldn't know what to do with him. But him just saying, I know you could pay me 1.2, 1.3, but I don't mind making 600 and having a good time, and then making up the other cash later. I get to be me.
I'm gonna tell you right now. In my top 5 current right now, there's only one WWE guy, and he's actually number 5 right now. AJ Styles.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's the only WWE guy in my top 5.
We gotta bring the Too Sweet in.
Cease and desist.
Hey, we ain't making no money, so we're fine.
Absolutely.
I mean, think about it. AJ's the only one.
Yeah.
He's the world champion. He's the only one having quality matches.
I'll put Seth Rollins over him, though. I'd put Seth Rollins over him. And
I
love AJ. I love AJ.
Seth.
I love AJ, though. But the thing about it is, Seth Rollins is holding WWE up. But I had to go with a sidebar on that. AJ's still great. I still love AJ. And AJ's holding the title for a reason. Because he's
phenomenal.
What he is. He's phenomenal. Yes, AJ.
Well, in reality, Seth and AJ are both held back because they can't do their full what they can do because of WWE's policies.
You look at AJ when he was with New Japan and TNA, and you can't tell me that it's not a different AJ Styles than WWE.
Yeah.
Ring work also too. I mean, even with ring work. I mean, because you look at the ring work from New Japan and from Ring of Honor, and then the WWE's ring work, and you can't tell me that New Japan and Ring of Honor is not got you glued to the TV. I mean, Kenny and Okada. Even when Kenny goes in and wrestles Juice Robinson, which I'm looking forward to, G1, it's going to be a great match. And Juice may not be the better wrestler that Kenny's ever wrestled, but he's going to make Juice look good.
Here's the thing we can say about all 3 of those guys. No matter who they're with, they can make them look good. And only one other person in wrestling history, well, not history, but Ric Flair.
Yeah. Woo. Yes. One of the greatest.
He can make anybody look great. He can make a mop look great.
Absolutely. I mean, for real.
Listen, guys. I'm so glad I got you guys worked up. Listen, we may have to do another episode. Listen, we ran out of time.
Let's go.
I got you going. Listen, folks. People at home, I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And also, check out my guys here, because they know what they're talking about. Listen, we may have to come down a dusty road. We may have to knock over an ice cream stand, maybe get a little whipped cream on top. But listen, thank you so much for watching. Just remember,